Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tommy. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. I really appreciate your support. I realize I move my hands a lot. It doesn't matter. In today's video, I'll be telling you guys some of the culture shocks I've experienced from moving from Nigeria to Canada. So if you want to hear everything I have to say, I've been here for a few years. So if you're curious to hear what I have to say, then just keep on watching. Okay, the first thing, well, this is in no particular order, but like number one, people curse so much. Like there are so many curse words I didn't even know existed until I came here. Like I might curse in this video just to, tell you guys the words I've heard. I've heard like I don't give a flying. I've heard I'm going to bullshit through an exam or through an assignment, like just different things, and I'm like, bro, you guys are pros with this thing. Like, can't you construct a sentence without dropping some f-bombs here and there? Like, it's just like, a lot of cursing. I'm even trying to like censor myself a bit because I don't want to say too much and I don't want this video to get flagged, so you get it. Another thing, yeah, you know how in Nigeria they are so like big on respect. Oh, when you see your elders, you have to greet, good morning sir, good afternoon ma, good evening sir. But here you literally just say hi to everybody, and it was like so weird. Something I really had to get used to at the beginning, because it was just like I didn't feel comfortable calling my teachers by their first name. Like I remember one time, I think it was like my math teacher or so, I was trying to say Mr. instead last name, and he was like, no, you can't just call me, I don't know, I can't remember his name, but say it was Joel. He'd be like, yeah,
you can just call me Joel, it's okay, like, I'm a pretty chill person, I don't want to chill.
I'm like, okay. Now I'm used to it obviously because I've been here for a while. But yeah, when I first came, I was like, it was a little bit weird. The third one is the amount of freedom and exposure that like teenagers and kids have. Like, it's crazy. I went to a very like conservative, I mean Nigeria in general is already a pretty conservative country, but I went to a very conservative like boarding school. Everything we knew, our world was literally within those four walls, except when we went home to like see our family obviously. So you're really not exposed to much, like it was just so different. No makeup, nothing, like literally. And it was very religious too, so not a lot of options. But here, like, you go to a high school and people are 14, 15, and they already know how to do a full face of makeup. I'm like, where are you guys getting all the skills from? When I was your age, I didn't even have access to that. So it's like people wear makeup, people can like do whatever they want, you can dress however you want. Like, it's like so much freedom. Like, it's both like good and bad. I'm kind of happy that I wasn't here in like my formative years, because there's just like so much out there. But I'm also like, it's a lot of it's a lot of exposure, but at least like people can get educated on different things with that kind of exposure, you know what I'm saying, and then choose what works for them, instead of just like being given one thing to do. Like in a conservative place, it's kind of like, it's this way or nothing, my way or the highway, my way is right. So it's like you couldn't really explore different options. So I guess like that can be both good and bad. I think as an adult, it's really good. I love the amount of freedom. I love the fact I can do whatever I want, and my parents don't have to be involved at all. I'm fully responsible for my actions and all of that. But then I feel like if I was here as a child, as a teenager, I would grow up later and be like, like I could have done without that. I get what I'm saying. The fourth one is like, you know how in Nigeria, yeah, everybody is like religious. Most people are Christian. There are some Muslims too though, and I guess traditional worshippers, but like Christianity was like the main religion. So it's like when you're talking to people, you are like African parents, Nigerian parents, all of them are very similar. I swear, like they are all the same, they think the same, all their opinions are the same. So it's like when you're talking to your friends about stuff, like you don't have to be conscious of like things you're saying when it comes to religion. But here, like, you can't talk about religion and like work, and you have to be really cautious because people have different beliefs. Some people are Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindu, Sikh, atheist, agnostic, like different kinds of beliefs. So you can't really just say what you believe like that, especially with religion, because then it could look like you're chugging things down people's throats, and it's just like, not something that you should do, because you're supposed to try to be like politically correct, like at work and in school and all of that. You don't want to be like super controversial, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was another one. Something else that shocked me at first, like it doesn't really shock me anymore, was like the fact that people don't shower as regularly. I mean, Canada is a freezing country, which is why now I'm like, okay, like I get it. But when I first came, I was like, yo, like Nigeria is a tropical country. Like sometimes we even shower twice a day because of the heat. But here, some people will be like,
yeah, I literally did not take a shower this morning.
Like at school, they'll be like,
yeah, I need to take a shower when I go home. Like I haven't taken a shower in 2 days.
It's like, it's just casually, like it's like a normal thing. But then again, I get it because fam, the bills, the water bills, and the weather is freezing. So I kind of get it. Obviously, like within reason, you shouldn't go like too long. Well, I can't tell you what to do with your body, do whatever you want, but you get what. Okay, another thing that shocked me was like how obsessed people are with like sauces. Like in all their food, they must put a sauce.
Do you want barbecue sauce? Do you want ranch or blue cheese?
I'm like, why can't you just put seasoning in the food, like, and we'll eat it? Like, you know, I know some of you are like, oh boy, in Nigeria, people always eating stew, soup. But it's like, it's, I don't know, like it's like the food already has taste and seasoning, and it's already like it has the right amount of like moisture. It's not like super dry, right? Not moisture is not the right word to use for food. Like it's flavorful enough and like texture, everything is good. But like here, literally, like somebody can be eating rice and chicken that is already spiced and put a sauce on it. Like I'm like, why do you guys like sauces so much? What did they do for you in your past life? Like even now I'm still like, why is there a sauce on every single thing? I get it for like maybe chicken sandwiches, because you know you don't want to be too dry. But for like normal things, I'm like, bruh, it's not necessary, just season the actual foods. Yeah, something else that shocked me was like the fact that people's names don't really have meanings. Like, you know how in Nigeria everybody's name has a meaning. I remember like back in 2017, so like 4 years ago now, I was telling this girl, sorry, there's hair on my hair, just spotted it. I was telling this girl that I went to school with, one weird ass girl. I even made a story time about her. I was telling her that, oh, like in Nigeria, names have meanings, and I was telling her what my name is, and she's like,
oh my gosh, that's so cool. Like you guys' names actually have meanings. Oh my god. And you guys have unisex names. Oh my god.
And I was like, yes, what about you? Like, there are unisex names everywhere, and how about you? Like, doesn't your name have a meaning? She was like, no, that they just name them according to how it sounds. Like some people can just wake up today and be like, oh, I like the sound of chandelier, and name their child chandelier. Like no meaning, just because they like how it sounds. And it was like weird to me, but now I'm like kind of used to it. Like now I'm just like, babe, it's not a big deal. Like someone's name can be John and you'll be like an atheist. Someone's name can be Abdul and he can be agnostic. Like, you know how in Nigeria it's like if someone's name is like John or Peter or like some biblical name, like okay, he's a Christian. Someone's name is like Abdul, or a girl's name is like Fatima, like okay, she's a Muslim. But here it's possible that it doesn't apply. Like people just have names just because of the way it sounds or something, and I'm like, okay, like that's something I have to get used to. Something else that shocked me, this one is pretty basic, everybody knows it, the weather. This weather, I will never get used to it. I even live like in like the warmest place. Apparently the GC is even warmer than like, you know, Prince Edward Island and like Saskatchewan and all those other places. But fam, this country is freezing. This country is cold. Like, did I tell you guys I want to become a panda? What is this? It's so cold, you guys. Like, even sometimes like in spring or like summer, like there can be a random day where the temperature will just be low, and I'm like, I did not sign up for this. Winter is the worst. I hate packing snow. I hate snow duties. Driving in winter is just more annoying and more stressful and more work than in summer when there's sun everywhere and the roads are just clear and it's not like watery or slippery or anything like that, you know. Yeah, this weather is not for me. Another thing that shocked me, this was one of like the major ones, because I still even have to get used to it till this day. I mean, I'm pretty used to it, but like, you know, still some parts that I'm like teenagers, yeah, like they get kicked out of their houses at like 16 or 18. Well, basically the point I'm going to make is that in Nigeria, you're brought up, especially as a girl, you're brought up to be more like independent at home, like know how to cook, to clean, to wash your clothes, you know, sweep, mop, all of that. But like financially, you kind of have to rely on your parents. And like me and my sister were talking about this one day, and we were saying like how Nigerian fathers get their sense of self-worth from how much they can provide for their kids, which I still stand by, like just as a general statement. Like if I was younger and I asked for money from somebody else and my parents found out, like I swear I probably would have gotten into trouble. But here it's like flipped. Like once you're like legally, you know, the age where you can move out, it's like, oh, like some parents kick their kids out. It's like, oh, you have to go and fend for yourself. Like they are independent financially, but at home they're not really independent. Like they don't really be cooking. Like people really, like on a Saturday they can leave their house to go and get a drink from Starbucks or to go and get coffee and come back home. And I'm like, but you can just make coffee in your house. Don't you have a kettle? Don't you have the coffee powder and like whatever? Like it's still something I have to wrap my head around. Like I understand if you're going to work or like you're going to school and you just stop to get coffee, but the fact that some people leave their houses to go back home is just, it's kind of weird. I'm like, but you're at home. Like why don't you just do it? You know, whatever. Different strokes for different folks. But that's just something that I'm still like. And sometimes I'm like, wow, like the culture seems like so cold. Like I can't imagine if my parents kicked me out at 16. What the hell did I know at 16? Even now, what the hell do I know? Like, of course now I can move out and do what I want, but like at 16 or 18, it's like you don't even know yourself. You're still trying to figure out, get your footing in like life and everything, and your parents are putting pressure on you to move out and fend for yourself. Like that is, yeah. But that's how like this country works, and the financial system is like loan. So like I guess people just like borrow loans to get by. Another thing in this country that shocked me was like how polite and like sensitive, well I don't really like calling people sensitive because I don't know what they've been through, but like people in this country are so polite. Like sometimes you have to walk around eggshells or walk on eggshells when you're around them, and like they just say sorry for no reason. Like you can literally be walking and drop something by accident. Like I can drop like maybe if I had a hairbrush and I dropped it by accident, like, oh my god, sorry. I'm like, why are you apologizing for your existence? Like my comb fell on the floor, it's fine, I'll pick it up, you know. But they say sorry for everything, and it's like you're just always conscious about being like politically correct and things like that. So it's like can be stressful sometimes. And like this is a little like, you know, side note, but like I used to want to do like comedy back in the day. I actually had an Instagram page and everything, but as I got older I was just like, bro, people are too sensitive. Like you can say something and somebody will be like,
oh, like you're discriminating against the ableist and indigenous community,
and it's like, what's my brain? I was just trying to be funny, you know. Like you can't possibly please everybody. Like you can be very aware of everything going on around you and still not please everybody, you know. And sometimes when you make a joke, if you're like too careful about hurting people's feelings and stuff, like the joke won't land. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like you have to be like careful, and you know there's this different way I talk to my Canadian friends versus my Nigerian friends. So yeah. Something else that shocked me was like shaving legs. I never even knew like shaving legs was a thing until I came to this country. People would be like,
oh my gosh, it's summer, like summer's coming, and like I need to get a tan, I need to like shave my legs.
I was like, huh? People shave their legs? I guess it's because I'm not like really a hairy person, but even when I was in boarding school, it was never like a concept. So that was something that shocked me. I was like, oh, interesting. I like the look of it though, but it just like never crossed my mind. Another thing is like not being able to bargain or like price stuff. Like you know how in Nigeria you go and get your braids done and they mention the price for you and you try and bargain or negotiate with the hairdresser, or even if you go to the market and you want to buy meat, you also negotiate with the meat seller to come to a price that like both of you agree on or whatever. But here it's like the prices are standard, very standard. Like you can't really price, which I kind of like because it's kind of like with hair, for example. Like hair takes time, effort, like a lot goes into it. So like understanding yourself, you're just going to hurt and harm yourself, you know. So I kind of get it, and you can't really compare to different economies. But yeah, that's something that was also a thing. And like to add to the whole point of like prices being standard, bro, the taxes, everything tax. I'm like, I came here to enjoy my life, to live a baby girl lifestyle. Why am I paying tax for everything? Whose life am I funding? Like, what is this? How am I supposed to buy my makeup and my hair and go and get waxed and like get my mani pedi and get a facial and get a massage and buy clothes and buy this and buy that, when I'm giving all my money to tax? Like, did I tell people that I have money for tax? Everything is tax. Like, please chill out. I don't want to pay tax. Please spare us. Something else that shocked me, which like even kind of still annoys me to this day, is that like you kind of have to say things the way they know it or else they don't get it. For example, I remember my mom was telling me one time that she was going to the gas station and like somebody was asking her something or so, and then she was like, oh, she came to get fuel, and then they were like, huh? Like, they didn't get what she said until she said gas. And I'm like, are you that narrow-minded? Like, it's kind of, with Canadians, it's kind of like you have to do things their way. You have to adjust to their way. You have to say things the way they know. They don't really, like, think outside the box, especially the people that have not left their country or, like, traveled like that. And it's really frustrating because I'm like, but you people are the ones saying that English is your first language. Like, are you not supposed to be the pros at English? Why don't you know what this is? Like, gas and fuel are the same thing. Even if you don't know, you should be able to put two and two together. You know, it's not that difficult. It's not rocket science. Like, don't look at me as if it's just like a very new invention that came out this morning and I'm the only one that knows about it. Another thing that shocked me was people like paying for themselves, like at someone's birthday. So for example, like if I have a birthday dinner here, the norm in this place would be like everybody that comes is paying for themselves. But like in Nigeria, it was kind of like if you host something, you have to cover everyone's expenses, right? Because it's like, well, not their transport, but like, you know, you have to give them food and da. Because it's like, why will you make someone else leave their house and then spend money? Which I still don't like, which is probably why I've never done anything for my birthday like with other people, because I'm like, I don't get why I should be making people pay, leave their house and then come and pay, but then I don't have the money to pay for everybody. I'm not at that point yet, so that's why I don't really be doing stuff, you know. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, I just found this so weird. Like, I was talking to one of my friends about it and she was like, oh, but isn't that the birthday gift to the person? I was like, no. Like, that's so cheap. Like, you're going to have to pay that regardless. Why would you use that as a cop-out? No, you buy me a separate present. You can't say that the money you're paying to come and eat out with me on my birthday is the birthday gift. The money is not even going to me. The money is going to the restaurant. So what the hell do you mean by that? You know? I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. And I think the last thing that I'll say today, I've said a lot, right? I know. It's like, not every bathroom has like a window or like a drainage system. Well, obviously there's a drainage in the bath, but like the bathroom itself, like where the toilet is, doesn't have that. And like when I first came, I was like, what the hell? Like, why doesn't every bathroom have a window at least, you know? But like, I mean, obviously now I'm used to it, but I still like, why? And with the drainage thing, yeah, like in Nigeria, when I'll like wash my bathroom, like I'll just pour water on the wall, pour water on the floor, pour water here, because everything is still going down the drain. But here, if you do that one, the water will just leak into your room and just wet the entire carpet. Like, you're just going to give yourself double work. Well, if your house has carpet, even if your house doesn't have carpet, it's going to wet the floor. Like, it's just not something you can do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, those are all the culture shocks that I've chosen to mention in this video. If you agreed, let me know in the comments. If you have anything else to add, let me know as well. If you move from Nigeria to Canada and you can relate, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially if you're here for a good time and a fun time, not a responsible time. That's what this channel is about. Yeah, don't forget to shop your Deluxe jewelry and follow me on Instagram. Follow Deluxe on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.